Hey everybody, it's Diane Gale here from sustainableslowliving.com. Sorry you're not going to be able to see me in this video. I recently moved and things are kind of a mess. And I'm kind of set up right now in a corner of the kitchen to make this work so that you can see me make this recipe I want to do for you. It's been quite a while since I've done a video for you, and moving is why. We moved into a house that needs to be completely renovated. At the beginning of winter in northern Maine, we didn't have a furnace, we didn't have water, our electricity wasn't safe, so we've been pretty busy. But things are getting on an even keel. The house is not put together and it still needs to be renovated, but we are warm, safe, dry. We have water, we have electricity, all these things are good. I've missed doing videos and I'm anxious to get back to it. It feels really good to be here today. Today I want to make a healthy, grain-free dog treat with you. This is a treat that my canine loves, and it's just as important to know what's in, our pet's food as it is to know what's in ours. So I like to make his treats homemade whenever I can. I baked off 2 sweet potatoes for this the other day, actually yesterday morning. I meant to do this last night, but I didn't get to it. And so we're gonna peel these. We're gonna use them for the recipe. We need about 1.5 cups of sweet potato. I don't ever measure though, quite honestly. I'm going to measure today for purposes of the video, but mostly I just go by eye. The recipe works without exact measurements, which is another great thing about this recipe. It sounds like the bulldogge is gonna start barking because he is not used to being locked out of a room that I'm in. And I have him locked out of here because he barks at the lights. I don't think that it's going to be any quieter with him in the other room by the sounds of it though. So these treats are really quick and really easy to make. They contain only 4 ingredients, and they're ingredients that I usually always have in my kitchen. So they don't require any last minute trips running out to the store, which is great. As you can see, once you have the potato baked and cooled off, the skin just comes right off of it. Dogs love sweet potatoes and they're really good for them. I'm just going to take these peels and put them in a container I have back here for the pigs. Feels so good to be able to say that I have a container for my pigs. So for today, I'm going to sort of measure these. I'm not going to be really specific. We need about 1.5 cups. I'm going to try and get close to 1.5 cups without totally mashing them all up. So we're going to call that about 1/2 cup. And we'll start another here. It's usually just over 1 sweet potato, 1 big sweet potato that I use. See, I'm coming up just short. So if I had just 1 in the house, I would just use that. I'll take that little bit of extra. And I'm just going to pull this out of here and set it off to the side. Okay, so there's our sweet potato. Now this recipe is gluten-free. My dog's breed is sensitive. They have sensitive stomachs and sensitive skin. He has very little trouble with his stomach or his skin, and I wholeheartedly believe that that's because of the way that I feed him. So I do try and keep his diet gluten-free. He does get a little bit of gluten in it with some of the treats that he gets, or sometimes we give him a pizza crust, but mostly his diet is gluten-free. So this is coconut flour. I have about 1 cup of coconut flour here, and coconut flour is a great choice for this recipe. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put in 1.5 cups of sweet potato. I intentionally didn't mash that up very much. I kind of like it to be a little bit chunky in this recipe because I feel like it adds a little texture to the treat. And then we're going to put 1/4 cup of applesauce, unsweetened, unflavored applesauce. I always read my ingredients to make sure that the applesauce is just apples and water. Usually when I buy it from the store, there's a little ascorbic acid in it. You can't get away from that, I guess, when you're purchasing it from the store. Making my own applesauce is definitely on my to-do list for the future. So when I get there, I won't have the additives, the preservatives in it. And the final ingredient that goes into this is 2 eggs. And we're just going to crack them. Put the garbage right down here. And we're going to toss them in. Whoops. Okay, so it's all in there. I'm going to take a fork, break these yolks, lightly, ever so lightly, mash up this sweet potato, and then just start blending all of this together. The sweet potato will get more and more mashed as you're trying to incorporate the coconut flour and the eggs and the applesauce into a solid mix. But like I said, in the end, I prefer for it to be chunky. If you want to mash yours up from the beginning, you certainly can. It's not going to hurt a thing. I'm just trying to get all of that coconut flour up from the bottom of the bowl. Okay, so once they're mixed, you're going to take and drop these on a cookie sheet. I am going to use my pizza stone today because I use my pizza stone for just about everything. You can use a regular cookie sheet. It won't make one bit of difference. If it's not a non-stick sheet, then you'll probably have to grease it. But I am just going to take these and drop them on here by the scoopful. And then I'm just going to flatten the top of them ever so lightly with the scoop so that they bake a little more evenly. You don't have to give them any room. There's nothing in them to expand. There's no baking powder or anything like that. You probably do, this one is not formed that great. You probably, a lot of times I do them with just a tablespoon, so I'm not used to the cookie scoop. Cookie scoop. I wanted to use the cookie scoop because I want them to come out kind of uniformly for pictures. Usually I just use a spoon. So anyway, you do want to pack them at least a little bit in your scoop so that they stay together. I'm going to try and make room. Okay, so there they are. They are ready to go in the oven. My oven has been preheated for 300 degrees, and I'm going to put them in at 300. Oh, there's one I forgot to flatten. And they usually take only 6 to 8 minutes to bake, but because I haven't preheated the pizza stone, I'm going to put these in for 10 to 12. In the end, it'll work out just about the same. And then I'll be back to show you what they're like when they come out of the oven. Okay, you guys, according to the timer, these are done, and I can smell them. So I think they are done. Let me get something to put them on. I don't have my usual trivets. These are probably not that clean either. Full disclosure. All right. These are coming right out of the oven. Look at that. That looks amazing. I'm gonna let them sit here for about 2 minutes, and then I'm gonna put them on a cooling rack. We'll get that ready and let them cool. So these have been sitting for about 2 minutes. They should come right off of here with this great little spatula. And I'll put them on this cooling rack to cool. These can't be kept in a container on the counter. You need to refrigerate them. And they're sweet potatoes, so very, very good for your dog. But he shouldn't have endless sweet potato treats all day. So 2, 3, maybe 4 of these a day until they're gone. You can also make larger batches and freeze them, and then just pull them out when you want to have a few on hand. That way you don't have to come into the kitchen and make a batch, you know, for a couple months at least. Make a batch of these amazing treats for your pup. I believe they're going to love them. They are delicious. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you get notified every time that I do a new video. And it's been great having you here, and I'm gonna see you again real soon.